The Noonday Demon in an Age of AI. Fighting Acedia in a world that feels pointless. There's a strange fog creeping over our lives these days. Maybe you've felt it. It doesn't hit like a crisis or a breakdown. It shows up slowly like a dimmer switch, lowering the lights on your purpose. You wake up tired. You doom scroll, feeling numb. You open your calendar and wonder, what's the point? You think to yourself, why should I bother cleaning this apartment? It'll just get messy again. Besides, I never invite anyone over. Why pursue excellence? There will be 1,000 better than me no matter how hard I practice. No one will notice. Why plan for the future when the future looks so bleak? Climate change, inflation, war, and now artificial intelligence poised to replace everything human. It's not quite depression. It's not simple laziness. It's something much deeper. The ancients had a word for it. They called it Acedia. Acedia was called the sin of the mid-afternoon. Why was it called the sin of the mid-afternoon? The Desert Fathers, those early Christian monks who withdrew to the Egyptian wilderness in the 4th century, knew this spiritual affliction well. One of their greatest observers, Evagrius of Ponticus, wrote that there was a particular spiritual heaviness that descended in the middle of the day, usually around the 6th hour, what we would call noon to 3. Here's how he described it. The monk grows restless in his cell, that is, his little apartment. He looks out the window constantly. He feels like prayer is useless. The day stretches endlessly ahead. He is tempted to abandon his calling. They called it the Noonday Demon, and it wasn't just about being tired. It was a deeper weariness, a soul-level fog. The monk still believed in God, but he stopped believing that anything he did mattered. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? The modern mask of Acedia. Today, Acedia wears modern clothing. It looks like doom scrolling, numbing out instead of engaging. It looks like giving up on creative goals or personal discipline because there's no point. It sounds like the voice that whispers, the world's ending, your work is pointless, no one cares, why should you care either? Acedia is spiritual despair dressed up as common sense. But it lies. It lies. What the Desert Fathers taught us to do. The early monks didn't believe you could just snap out of it. They offered something much better, a faithful resistance. Let me break it down for you. First, they said, stay put. Go sit in your cell, and your cell will teach you everything, said Abba Moses. Don't run, don't escape, face the silence. Learn to remain there. There's something holy about persistence in small places. Pray anyway, even if it feels hollow, even if God feels absent. The Desert Fathers believed prayer wasn't about feeling spiritual. It was about keeping the soul turned toward the light. Number 3, do something physical. Wash the dishes, sweep the floor, take a walk without headphones. Let your body anchor your soul. They wove baskets in the desert. We can make dinner, sort laundry, or plant something out in our garden. Connect. Acedia thrives in isolation. Call a friend. Text someone just to say hi. Talk to God aloud. Talk to a neighbor. You don't need to feel inspired to connect. You just need to show up. A word of encouragement. Here's a passage that the Desert Fathers would cling to. Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. That verse holds a promise. Doing good matters, even when it feels like no one can see it, and even when you're weary, especially then. I would like to end by offering a prayer for a weary soul. O Lord, in the haze of this long day, when time feels heavy and the world feels hollow, remind me that my life is not in vain. Deliver me from the noonday demon. Guard my heart from despair and make me faithful in small things. Let me love what you love. Let me return to my work, my calling, my prayer, not because I feel strong, but because you are strong. Teach me to abide with you. Amen. Let your faithfulness in little things become an active resistance against the tide of meaninglessness. The noonday demon doesn't get the last word. God does.